Hi, everyone. Welcome to Coffee Connections. My name is Seth Weiner, and I am your auctioneer. It's Tuesday, another gorgeous day here in Atlanta. And I know, right? You're looking at me going, what is this guy wearing? I am wearing my festive, ugly sweater. Although it's really not that ugly. I don't think it's ugly. But I'm taking a little bit of a break. I feel like this is the holiday week, so I'm living it up. I'm not drinking beer. It's Topo Chico. I know what you're thinking. Still early in the week, that is. All right, folks, we've got a great show for you today. This is the last one of our 2020 season. I guess I can say our first season. So this is the last episode, and we'll be back in January with a full season. So I'm pretty excited about that. But let me tell you about today's guest. Our guest today is Dr. Gabrielle Starr. She is with Ladies of Favor. Now, Dr. Starr is the founder and CEO of the award-winning agency, Ladies of Favor, Inc. It's a mentoring program which reaches girls in promoting abstinence, embracing spiritual guidance, increasing self-esteem, and building leadership. She has worked extensively with the Georgia Division of Family and Children's Services, advocating for foster care youth, specifically, commercially, sexually exploited youth. She has a master's of social work and received her PhD in social work policy, planning, administration, and social sciences from right here in Atlanta, the Clark Atlanta University in 2017. Lots of great stuff here, so I'm going to jump right into the show here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Starr to the show. Hi.
Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, happy Tuesday and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah. So I appreciate you joining me today. Before we get into what Ladies of Favor is and about you, I got to ask you, coffee. Do you drink coffee?
I'm a tea girl, but I drink coffee from here and there.
Let's see. What's that mug say?
Dr. Starr.
All right. Was that a gift or did you get that?
Yeah, it was actually a gift from one of my students. It was filled with candy. So yeah, I ate all the candy.
Well, I'm a coffee drinker myself, and I've been trying to cut back on my coffee, and this is my coffee mug.
I love it.
It's a tiny little mug, so I only have a little bit of coffee now.
Oh, you're cutting back. That's smart. And I love the message on there as well.
Yes, well, it's it is a good message. Never, never, never give up, which is definitely a slogan of this year for sure. A theme, not a slogan. Well, I'm going to jump into the show. Can you tell everybody about Ladies of Favor?
Absolutely. So Ladies of Favor Incorporated was actually started back in 2007. The vision came from just wanting to be a help to young girls. So we are an empowerment agency geared towards helping our young girls by educating them, empowering them, and exposing them to greatness. So we started out just working with adolescent girls, but now our organization serves girls 5 through 21. And so what we're doing is building their confidence and self-esteem, promoting abstinence and purity, and also building leadership skills and sisterhood. And so from there, we've actually, we have 3 components that we work under. Like I stated before, education, empowerment, and exposure. And I'll talk a little bit more about those 3 a little later.
There we go. I was muted. I apologize. So it's, it is that time of year. So that's wonderful. So it's a young organization. How do you find the girls, or how do they find you?
Yeah. So initially, it has been through programming. We host different programs each year, which kind of bring about the girls. We have scholarship pageants in which we get the community involved. We've done giveaways into the community with service learning and community-based projects. And so that's kind of like putting our name out there. But some of our referrals sometimes come from our local DFACs, our local court systems, our school systems, and just also in the community. We have days where we go out. We call it the Street Team Committee, and we go out into, pre-COVID, we would go out into the community and pass out flyers and things of that nature with our shirts on, and just try to be a solution to some of the young ladies with regarding issues that they have going on in their lives.
Right. And you're a doctor. What are there other social workers involved in the organization?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually partner with some of our colleges and universities, Walden, Clark Atlanta University, and we actually host a internship program
Hmm.
where some of those master level and bachelor's level social workers are able to intern with our agency throughout the years. And we've been doing that about maybe 8 or 9 years now.
Right. Oh, that's fantastic. Now, with you also are an author of two books, correct?
I have 3 books actually.
Three, excuse me. Okay. Wow. And this, and do they all? Is it all practical stuff that's tied into the organization, or is it totally separate subject matter?
Yeah, it actually is. It's more so self-help empowerment. The first book
Hmm.
is more so about my life. It's called For My Good. The struggle made me stronger. The second book is more so for young girls to affirm confidence, and it's a self-esteem building book with affirmations and challenges and activities. And then the latest book is more so for adult women. It's called Standards. And it's about having a standard for your life, whether in business, whether in relationships and friendships, and with yourself. So those are the
Hmm.
3 books, and they all intertwine.
Now, what got you inspired to be a leader in this and be an innovator in this field?
Life
Hmm.
experiences, the things that I've been able to come out of. I feel that it serves as an inspiration to others. And so I am a never, never give up type of person. And so no matter what the adversities were, I've always made a decision to come out stronger and better. And so with that, I know that I have others that are watching me. And so there are young girls out there who have had to overcome obstacles as well, and when they can see someone that they can emulate and try to follow and mimic, it makes it a lot easier. So I just try to utilize the things that I've been through in my life as an example for others to come out of.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, with I'm curious to know, are there other organizations that mirror what you all do in other cities, or is yours
Oh,
unique
yeah.
to Atlanta?
No, there are several, girl serving organizations in regard to mentoring. There are others that we partner with that,
Hmm. Yeah.
try to bring about change and just help our young girls. I've done some activities with other partners outside of Georgia, in other states as well. As far as our private school for girls, we are within our area, we are the only private school for girls. The Christian private school for girls in the area. But as far as mentoring, we've been collaborating with other organizations throughout the years. It takes a village.
It sure does. Now, I'm curious. Some of the girls that have gone through the school and the program and the organization, are they coming back? Are they going to college and coming back and now being mentors for others as well?
Absolutely. It's funny that you asked that. Some of the alumni of Ladies of Favor, they come back, they give back. Actually, we have a young lady that I actually have to meet later on today. She's coming back
Hmm.
to assist with our service learning project to give back to the homeless this week. So they always come back. I have some alumni that are in law school right now. They come back and just kind of facilitate workshops. We have this motto here within Ladies of
Hmm.
Favor. Once a lady of favor, always a lady of favor. So because someone is pouring into you and helping you get to your next level, it's a mandate that you come back and help them. So we have various activities where they come back and volunteer. They come back just to do, they give back monetarily and all of that. So we just show them that if someone is pouring into you, you make sure that you follow back up. And no matter where they are across the country, I mean, we have young ladies, they're in California now in law school. We have those that are in Texas,
Hmm.
and they're in different places, but they never stop to, come back and just, hi, Dr. Star, is there anything that I can do? Or can you send my love to the girls? Or they may send $20 if we're having an event or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's the little things, but we're a family.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm just trying to think. You mentioned something here about the helping the homeless. How do you go about doing that with COVID times and what have you?
Yeah, so one of the activities that our young ladies have right now going on is called the blessing boxes. And so what they've done is they've collected toiletry items,
Hmm.
socks, toothbrushes, toothpastes, and we've taken just regular shoe boxes and they have actually wrapped them in paper. And the adults are going to go out, of course, social distance, but we're going to go out and be a blessing to random individuals and just give out these blessing boxes to be a blessing to those. Of course, we're not going to be able to take our youth with us due
Right.
to COVID, but they have been prepping and donating items and packaging the items. If you go on our social media pages, you'll see where they're wrapping and stuffing and all those different things.
Oh, that's really wonderful. Yeah. And then can you talk a little bit about some of the scholarship funds that you have?
Yeah, so one of our scholarships that we actually have is called the Overcoming the Odds. It's a scholarship pageant. It's not your average pageant. It's not a beauty pageant, but it's a pageant for those young ladies that may have had to overcome adversities. And so these are sometimes first time scholarship or sometimes scholarship participants or
Hmm.
pageant participants. And so we allow them to come in. We have a host that comes in and the pageant coordinator, teaches them what to do, and they raise funds, and they also are allowed to gather funds for or win funds for the from the organization. So they're able to take that into college, and then also the younger young ladies, which are called the Priceless Princess, they're able to have it. If they win, they're able to utilize those funds for educational endeavors such as camps or educational trainings, things of that nature, or they can save it until they actually get to college. One of our other scholarship programs comes from one of our donors in the community. He actually started this fund years ago, and it's to Clayton State University. And this is for any young lady that has been a part of our agency and they maintain good grades. They pay, it's a $10,000 endowment,
Hmm.
and they're able to actually receive those funds if they attend Clayton State University. So one of our donors was so gracious to us. He saw the work that we were doing. He's a CPA in the area, and he just stated, I want to do something to help those young ladies. And so we've been very fortunate, to be able to utilize those funds.
Yeah, I love that though. That's one of I love when people, so in a lot of ways, there's the supporters out there that like support schools, and I love when they can go ahead and just repurpose they're going to give that 10,000 to the school one way or another, but they can repurpose it and actually make that even more impactful. And I love hearing stories like that. It's just so wonderful. What are some of the other programs you have that you've done this year, maybe that were a little different than the past that you pivoted towards?
Yeah, so we've definitely had to change things due to COVID. We actually have a global outreach program where we take students out of the country to, countries like Costa Rica and Panama. And we were actually going to Guatemala this year, but we weren't able to go due to,
Oh
COVID.
yeah.
However, it has changed the way that we educate as well as mentor. So in regard to our mentoring program, we've actually had to create a hybrid program and a virtual program where the girls are actually being mentored weekly, but we're doing it virtually now. And so we
Hmm.
bring in those innovative ideas as far as really, really awesome games and icebreakers and just engagement tools to be able to, make sure that they stay engaged because they're on virtual all day long. But we've had to restructure our mentoring program. And then with the school, we've had to kind of downsize to make sure that we stay, because everyone can't stay at home. And so with our school, we have put some safety measures in place to make sure that our kids are still learning, they're still growing, but they're safe at the same time. So we've had to alter a lot, but
Oh yeah.
it's not changing the work that we're doing. We just had to find a different way to do it.
How many students do you work with in a given period?
So right now we have about 22 students that we're working with combined.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I had another question for you. Just totally lost it. So many questions flying through. Oh,
No
okay, yeah,
problem.
here you. That's it. So with all the changes that you had, well, we talked about how you pivoted. What are some of the long lasting ones? What are some of the changes that you're like, wow, I never even thought of doing it this way. And now that we've done it this way, of course we're going to keep doing it this way.
So the virtual mentoring is definitely something, because every year we have certain keywords that we focus on, and this year was actually impact. And so for 2020 we focused on impact, and this is something that we're going to keep doing, the virtual mentoring meetups. And so with this, we're going to make sure that we're able to not just capture the young ladies and reach the young ladies that are here in the metro Atlanta area, but we're going to be able to go out and capture those young ladies that are out of state, those that may even be out of the country. Because of our platform, we're able to still give the same message, but it's just to a broader audience. So we're going to continue with that. And as far as our learning within the school, we're definitely adding the component, the virtual component, so where they're still able to get that socialization, but we can reach more students and more scholars by opening it up with our virtual program.
And then it takes a lot of money to do all this. How are you raising your funds? I mean, you mentioned the one, like the scholarship fund, which is fantastic, but how are your operational costs and all the other scholarships in your programming? Where is this money coming from?
Yeah, actually, we are definitely having to fundraise. We're definitely having to ask donors and things of that nature. One of the things that we just did about September, we had a virtual telethon. And this virtual telethon, just basically how the telethons were back in the day, but we reached out to, our network of individuals, and we were able to raise about $5,000-$6,000 in a matter of hours. And so we were really excited about that. And but as far as where the money comes from, through donors, through we just received a grant from one of the local government agencies to continue the work that we're doing during COVID. So right now we're just really reaching out to, donors and companies and that have the same mission and things of that nature that we have, and try to ask them for support. And that's basically how we've been able to, keep things afloat.
And folks, you can go to ladiesoffavor.com and make a donation at any time during this broadcast or after. Also, my mind's a little scattered today, so I apologize. Oh boy, I had such a good question too. It will come back to me. It will come right back. So fundraising though, oh yeah, that's it. Thanks. So you're an author of books. So I imagine you're probably a fantastic grant writer.
Actually, that is something that
What?
Right. Unfortunately, that is not one of my strong areas. I'm learning, but I do have grant writers on my board and things of that nature. So, we kind of definitely balance each other out. But that is definitely not one of my strong points. But we definitely.
So surprising. Well, maybe, as you continue having these mentorships and are educating the youth, someone's going to go to college and come back and be your grant writer. Right?
Yes, that is definitely the hope and the idea. But we are definitely trying to, putting things in place and make sure that we still have those measures in place. But I'm the talker. I can, definitely go out and shake hands and formulate relationships. But, putting it all together, we definitely have a team for that.
How large of a team is that?
As far as our board is very small. We have a board of about 5 individuals that work with us, but we do have advisory members, and we have those individuals that serve as a support. We have an educational support work group, which makes sure that we're staying in alignment with the vision and making sure that we're doing what we're doing. So our team is not really big, but we're big in vision, and we definitely get the job done.
Yeah, well, that's what it takes. Going back to some of the programming, is there anything that you wanted to bring up that maybe we didn't cover yet?
I definitely want to just talk about Ladies of Favor Dream Academy, which is the private, all-girls school. So that originated under Ladies of Favor Inc. And the whole mission and purpose of that is to educate girls academically, spiritually, emotionally, and socially. What we realize is that there are so many distractions sometimes in the school, and especially on our mental health. And even right now, our kids are going through so many different things due to what's happening with COVID and being in this pandemic. And so if we can create a sense of normalcy and still be safe, that's what we're doing. So our school is here to help our scholars go to the next level. We're bringing back certain things such as home economics. We're doing leadership skills. They have professional development courses, entrepreneurship. So not only are we teaching them the academic piece, which is very important, but we're showing them how to operate in society, how to thrive in society. So it's for kindergartners through eighth graders. And we're having a blast just really taking our girls. We have a girls and gardening program where they're growing, different crops and things of that nature within the season. We have, of course, our global program. They have a mentorship program within there, the home ec, culinary arts, also college readiness and college preparation and career development. We're just trying to bring reality into school. And we're also assisting them with social emotional learning needs, such as, everybody's not going to have a good day sometimes. So how do I process and deal with my feelings and my emotions so that I can focus to be the best scholar that I can be academically? And then, of course, with all of that, we do have a faith-based approach. And so we start out with, prayer, and we start out with various things like that to keep the girls grounded so that they can have a different perspective. And so that's what we're doing over here in Ladies of Favor. We're having a great time. We're impacting the lives of our young scholars as well as those girls that come into our mentoring program. And the sky's the limit. It's actually not the limit. It's only a view. And so we're just doing our part over here.
That's wonderful. Now, is there a gentleman of favor, or is it just...
Not yet, but you're onto something. We definitely have that a part of the vision. We definitely want to reach our young boys to assist them in becoming, young men. But right now we have not done gentlemen a favor as of yet, but it's definitely on the horizon.
That's fantastic. Well, it just amazes me that people like yourself are able to have such a huge impact on so many people. And when you build an organization, that it doesn't take a huge army to do it. You can make such a huge difference with just 5 people that have their heart and minds in the right place. So I give you a lot of congratulations for all that you've been able to do, and I wish you all the best of success. And I want to remind folks to go to ladiesoffavor.com and check out the site, see all the resources there, and while there, make a donation because every little bit helps. Every little bit helps.
Absolutely. Thank you. Absolutely.
And before we close, I didn't get a chance to connect with you right before the show, but so I'm putting you on the spot. But at the end of every episode, I ask my guests to go ahead and recommend another future guest, an innovator in the nonprofit world here in Atlanta. Is there anyone that you would like to recommend to be on the show?
Yes, there is. 3D Inc. 3D Inc. The founder and executive director is Rayoni Madison Jones. She is a phenomenal innovator here in the area. Do you know her?
I think she recommended you, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, we had her on the show. She's great. Absolutely.
Well,
fantastic.
I have another one. I definitely
Okay, good.
I have House of Dawn, and that is Dawn Murray. She is actually the founder and executive director of House of Dawn, which helps pregnant teens and to help them with independent life skills and things of that nature. So she is another one that I would recommend. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you don't mind doing an email intro after, and thank you so much for your time. Happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everyone. Everyone, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you. You know what? This is my favorite thing to say. We'll see you next year.
See you next year.